strength and challenge these players, because I feel like a lot of players do get disheartened and already automatically write off like, okay, I'm not really losing that much, but there's so much to gain also from beating these players majority of the time. And we got WebbJP versus SoulHex right now. So SoulHex I know to be a very, very aggressive Bowser. My man is always pushing his advantage as hard as he can. But against, I want to see how Webb's ZSS can deal with that a lot of the time, because this man is an advantage monster.
I think at the end of the day, if WebbJP chooses to, and I don't think he will, is that he can choose to kind of just not deal with it and just sort of play around it by just floating like a butterfly in the air a lot more, just jumping around a lot of Bowser's aggression, because, I mean, Bowser is not like the most immobile character in the world. The ZSS still definitely hasn't beaten that department, but I don't think it's the same with Bowser as we've seen with a lot of these other characters earlier in the Night Fang. I think Bowser is going to have a much easier time just negating some of ZSS's options and her approaches, to say the least. So frankly, as that up tilt takes the stock, I'm very curious to see how he's going to do that too. And right there, I think we just got one example. He knew he was going to flip kick there, and he doesn't have to jump or commit to anything in the air, my friend. He just timed an up tilt right, and that's all it took to kill ZSS, actually taking advantage of her weight, as well as the option that WebbJP was going to pick. Beautiful stuff from SoulHex so far, honestly.
Ooh, boy, okay. So, yeah, I do agree with you in that facet, and that I think Bowser's just more well-equipped to deal with a lot of ZSS's approaches, just given he's so big and his hitboxes are massive as well. So it's going to be kind of on Webb to push the advantage when he does get it, but be ready to shift into the back foot and wait for Bowser to overcommit, because that's pretty much how you can take advantage of Bowser. Just wait for him to whiff punish. It is almost sort of an execution test as to how safe you can be on a character, since Bowser is really well equipped to deal with a lot of characters' approaches, how they touch his shields. Oh my.
Not a regrab technically, because he got hit. He got that invincibility back, but WebbJP, oh my god.
Ooh, I like that.
Getting bounced around like it's a bar mitzvah, dude. This is like not looking so good so far. I mean, Bowser is as thick of a lad as they come, so he's not going to live right there, as that forward B is going to take the stock. First stock going on so far, but it's a pretty big percentage deficit, to say the least, my friend. It's going to need a lot to tack on so far. And oh my god, you mentioned this aggression! SoulHex, my god.
He just goes in. He does not know the meaning of the word stop. My man would be a great drag racer. he just holds forward. Foot on the gas at all times.
Not to be confused with NASCAR, man, because this guy is not taking any left turns out here. He's a straight shooter. Whoa, what a weird interaction right there. You see he got grabbed, but the fire breath was still out at the beginning because he actually got the move out earlier enough in time, so he actually hit himself out of it. Using fire breath as like a true projectile there. That was very cool. Speaking of cool, as a cucumber, as WebbJP is finally getting what ZSS is known for in that flip kick, and that is how ZSS brings games back, Bang. We got a match, dude.
Oh, what? In what world would that option ever work? That was insane by SoulHex.
Dude, no.
That smacked in the other direction, and the hurt box was just big enough to catch either, I believe, roll or just... It do be like that.
Good lord.
It do be like that. Yeah, SoulHex just knows how to hold advantage so well and keep his stage control. My man, you know, there are players out here who are just very, very naturally gifted in how they can deal with advantage, how they can get inside their opponent's head, make them fearful. And Bowser is so good at establishing fear, just how big and quick he is. That was insane. Webb almost getting caught up in that a little bit.
Yeah.
He wasn't really able to push his advantage as much as he would have liked, I feel like. Was caught on the back foot a majority of the time as well, so I don't know if we might see... It looks like he's just going to stick with ZSS. I think he is able to make the adaptation and adjustment that he needs to bring it back.
He got lost in SoulHex's sauce.
Because SoulHex did pick some questionable options, you know, stuff that you really don't see from Bowser a lot, especially at the ledge and stuff like that. We didn't see a lot of flamethrower at the ledge. We just saw very, very patient play at the ledge from SoulHex a lot of the time, and he guessed right on the majority of the ways that Webb was coming back to stage. So that was pretty crazy. That's pretty nutty.
I love the patience that he had from the ledge with that scoop. A lot of people forget about the initial hitbox of the Bowser bomb, the one that launches you up beforehand. It's nothing to mess around with, man. Nothing to mess around with. Because the thing is, I forget where the initial hitbox of it is, but even if he lived off of the hitbox of Bowser Bomb right there, there's also a spike hitbox of that move now. That is particular to this game. That move spikes at a certain part of it now. I don't exactly remember where. Might be at the beginning of it. I literally don't know. I'm not gonna. I feel like that is something I should know, but I will fully admit that I don't. Either way, though, it's not something you want to get hit by. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The WebbJP Lucas is back out. I do not blame him for picking this pick at all. Not only because it is arguable that his Lucas is still his better character. I mean, I feel like even WebbJP would probably concede that. But I feel like WebbJP, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this thing. I think WebbJP has the best punish game of damn near any Lucas in the game, Wi-Fi or no Wi-Fi. I have seen this man do things that really you probably need like a Bible to wash your hands of when you see it the first time.
I feel like no other Lucas really possesses the same level of punish game that Webb does. Just given his combo strings, the way he's always deploying hitboxes in such a very smart way. If Webb hits you once, he'll probably be taking you to 60 most of the time, or even higher.
Exactly.
That being said, though, my man's is getting kind of taken to town right now. He just keeps losing these interactions right now with SoulHex. SoulHex just using these giant hitboxes Bowser has to the best of his ability.
That was so smart.
The also thing is, when you do counterpick, you have to shift back into the knowledge of how to play your own character specifically against a certain matchup. Like right now, Webb was just playing Zero Suit first, and while Lucas is almost kind of like a slower, more combo-oriented ZSS, in which he does have that Zare to range out a lot, and he does excel at like a lot of poking tools, but you're really going to want to maximize your punishes as much as you can. And with a character like Bowser who can kill you in like 3 interactions, that can be kind of hard, because if you take the back foot even just once, you can find yourself trading stocks super duper early.
And have we seen, as that dash tech takes the stock, have we seen SoulHex land 1 flying slam this entire set? I don't think we have.
I don't think so.
I mean, he tried to go for one at the end of that last stock there, but I don't even think it matters too much. He's still putting on a show for us all right now, and not even using one of Bowser's most fundamental, one of his most deadly options right there, to say the least, man. This is looking really, really good for SoulHex so far, and despite the coverage of WebbJP, we have not been able to see him get a giant punish that we are used to.
Oh, wait a minute, though.
SoulHex, to say the least. Yep, a little too much right there, just getting drifted off of the level. Not even necessarily an intentional overextension by WebbJP. He just wound up being in a spot he didn't mean to, man. Just drifted a little bit too far, and it wound up costing him his stock bang. One more, and SoulHex is going to make this upset.
Yeah, Webb has got to be very, very careful with his landings and make sure his combos are on point, just like right there. Excellent punish right there from Webb, evening it up almost. The most important part when someone does switch to the character that they are more comfortable in a certain matchup is that you have to rip the wind out of their sails, because the more time you give them, the more time they relearn and remember what exactly they have to do to get these fat punishes on a lot of these characters. And Webb seems to have gotten fully booted up now.
And as we're seeing right here, my friend, Bowser is one of the thickest lads in this game. WebbJP in Lucas has quite the punish game, and that punish game is only going to be extended on a character as big and as fast of a faller as Bowser is, my friend. So I'm not surprised to see, I'm not surprised at all to see SoulHex lose that stock, and then only about 30 seconds later, he's about 130%. Not even a little bit surprised. The question is, will WebbJP be able to seal out this kill, or will he lose potentially only 2 more interactions and then be sent to the loser's bracket for his displeasure?
Oh, looking pretty hard. We're seeing a little bit of fear coming out from SoulHex right now. Not as confident in his approaches as he was before. Webb, I think the punish game from Webb has kind of scared him a little bit, but he now has Webb off stage if he guesses correctly. Here, oh boy. Now Webb finding his way back really, really nicely. However, Jesus Christ. Oh! You hit him with the good games. GG's. You played well, man. You played well. Good games. Good games. You played that real well, man. Good luck with the rest of your bracket. Yeah, SoulHex just getting the damage he needed, evened up the stocks before Webb was really able to get super duper started up, and Webb was kind of struggling to finish his food a bit there. Just a really, really excellent sliding F-tilt coming out from SoulHex right there, just being the hit that he needed. Webb was forced to take the back hit, the back foot, because landing on Bowser can be very, very scary. He was forced to go to ledge once again, and after a certain amount of times of being at ledge, you lose. If all the opponent needs is one more good guess, then that's all they need. But we'll see Webb probably come alive in losers, but SoulHex managing to take it over WebbJP, nailing himself in the top 8.
That was something else, man.
Yeah.
That aggression was working out so well. He forced his advantage state so well. Kept his distance when he had to, man. But that's the thing, man. He also kind of didn't. It's like he did, but he didn't at the same time, man. You were right about that Bowser, man. SoulHex just absolutely going in. I like the Lucas pick, but unfortunately, I don't know if it had something to do with the transition. I don't know how much of ZSS he's been playing today besides of what we've seen on stream. I don't know if he's trying to do like an all ZSS bracket run. I don't know if that was the first time he whipped out Lucas all night. It could have been.
Whenever you play your character, it's very, very difficult to make a snap adjustment from one character. Like, yeah, I'd say Lucas and CSS have pretty drastically different play styles. You know, it doesn't just come down to the fact that both of them